Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and happy Friday to you. What a wonderful week. It went by really fast. I was on like a Monday for a while, but anyways, today I want to sit down. I want to put this eyeshadow palette on my eyes. This is the Lorac Unzipped Unfiltered palette. I've been playing around with this for the last week. I've also just been playing around with this and I was curious. Are they the same formula? So if you want to know my thoughts and see what kind of eye look we come up with today, hang tight because we're going to get right to the video. Okay, now that I have you zoomed in just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and swatch these really quick. I really like these shades. They're quick and easy. They're just a little kind of compact kind of guy. We do have Legit right here, Straighten Up and Unsweetened. This is a shimmer shade. I couldn't find much information. You can build this up a little bit, but it's pretty much a glitter topper. It's really pretty. And then that one was Unsweetened. And then the last two we have Unplugged and Authentic. This one is another shimmer shade, and this is another matte shade. Never trust swatches or judge off swatches, but just an idea. In case you haven't seen. I haven't heard a lot about these palettes, and I'm curious because I do like the smaller palettes. I like them for travel. I just really like them, so I picked them up. So I thought I'd dive into this today, give you some thoughts on it. So I am going to start by priming my eyelids. I am going in with a Milani eyeshadow primer. This is new to me. I am testing this out. What is your favorite eye primer? This was suggested to me by a friend, so I'm still trying to test it out and see my thoughts. My favorite usually is the Ulta Beauty Matte Nude. That's my favorite. Oh my god. And I will say I'm having trouble with this. It likes to move my concealer or whatever I have underneath it. Oh my goodness. Alright. Good thing we're going in with some eyeshadows. Because it's just moving it all around. I'm not sure if you can see it. Just basically took all of my concealer off. Ugh. I am one that really does like an opaque kind of eye primer just because I have veining and stuff, and oh my god. Okay, so there's that. And then the palette does come with a double-ended brush here. You do have like a blendy brush and then an all-over shadow brush right here. And I am going to use this side right here. And I'm going to start off with the shade Unsweetened, which is the lighter matte shade in this palette. I will say it does kick up powder. It's not terrible, but it does. Depending on the brush, I have noticed too, it depends on the brush, but some brushes do pick up or kick up powder in pan, so. Not sure how deep I want to go. I'm kind of, I don't know if we're going to go anywhere today. I just think I'm going to stay home. I'm not even sure I'm going to go to the grocery store, which I have to go to the grocery store. We're running out of food. I have worn these eyeshadows under the 3 eye primers that I do have. I've worn it over top of my foundation. I've worn it over top of concealers as well. So I do have quite a bit of thoughts on them. I almost wish that the package itself wasn't as bulky it is, but I do understand it is that way because they do include a brush in there, which is really nice because essentially you could just leave all your other eye brushes at home if you were doing an overnight or just a weekend thing, you could just use this guy. It is a pretty decent brush. And I have washed it and I did not experience any fallout with it. So there is that blended. Next, I'm going to go in with a flat kind of a shadow brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Unplugged. And I'm just lightly tapping in this one just because I think I might do a little bit more of a neutral look. I say that and then here I go building up the pigment, right? And I am just taking this on the center of my lid, just kind of stippling it on there. I really like this shade. It's not very glittery, but it's not, I don't know. There is definite pigment there. Okay, I don't know if it's the eye primer. I'm having issues with the eye primer today, especially. I am going to go in and wet my brush. Same color. I'm going to try to build that pigment up to where I would like it. Again, I think it's the eye primer because I have no problem. I don't think I've ever had to wet this brush with this color, but we're having a day. There's that pigment. I really do like it. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the brush that they did give us, and I'm going to go in with the other side. I'm going to spray it since we're having some problems with the eye primer. And I'm going to dip in the shade Legit, this first one. Just right on the first part of the eye and just moving that very slightly into the center corner and then down around the tear duct area. Just building it until you kind of get where you would like to be with that shade. I will say it's very easy to work with these shades. I say that and I'm having problems, right? Really, this is the first time I've had a problem with it, and I've worn it quite a few times the past week and a half. So it's the eye primer and the day, because usually I don't have a problem. This is just a flat brush I use to lay that center lid down. I'm just kind of mixing those two shades together. I am going to take that same brush right here that we used to lay down the center, and I'm going to spray it again, you know. And then I think I want to make this a little bit pinkier, and I'm going to go into this shade Straighten Up right there, just so that we are using the whole palette. You guys can kind of see what I mean, that it's kind of like a glitter topper. It's really pretty. And I am doing everything that we laid down, so that there is that ombre effect, but now we're just going to kind of pinken it up a little bit. Very pretty palette. You could use all the colors, just like one color I've done all over. I've used this unsweetened shade in the crease and all over, and it's really, really pretty. I'm going to take a angled kind of fluffy brush, and I'm going to dip into this darker shade that we have in the palette called Authentic. And I'm just going to stamp this on the outer, pointing the end of this almost straight up towards my eyebrow. And whatever's left, I'm going to take this very low in the natural crease. So the outer 7 or the outer V, whichever. I keep hearing it called different things, so I think it's just a preference, but same idea. Just kind of softening the edges right there. And I did blend that to about center of the lid, so 2/3 of the lid. And I do find that when I stamp the color, I really get the pigment that I want. And it covers. My eyelids are very textured. And by stamping it, I feel like it kind of gets in all the crevices and the crinkles and the wrinkles and everything like that. So, in case this is your first time watching me do my eyeshadow, that is why I kind of stamp it in there. Okay, I'm going to take a smaller kind of blendy brush, and I'm going to go into Unsweetened, which is this middle shade. Very lightly, and then I'm going to take this on the under the eye, the lower lash line. Wow. Wowie zowie. And then I always do kind of take that straight up to kind of blend with that upper lid. Kind of connects everything together. Next, I'm going to take this smudgy brush. It's a small shadow kind of brush. I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. I'm going to spray this, and I'm going to dip in to straighten up right here. I want just a little bit of sparkle just right there. So this is the finished eyeshadow. I am going to put some liner on and some mascara off camera, and I will be right back with some final thoughts. Okay, and I am back, and this is the finished look that we did create. It is kind of a smoky glam, but kind of on the natural, neutral, pinky side, which I really kind of like. I do want to talk about this palette first, and then I will go into the comparison of the Pro Series palettes. You do get this palette, and it is $25. You do get one of these plastic things, and I appreciate these. They keep my mirrors clean. I do use the mirror in these palettes, which you do get a mirror in here, and it is a decent size. You do get 5 really big shadow pans that's about the size of my first knuckle on my finger. You do get a brush in here, and I do really enjoy this brush. I've used it. I've washed it. Washes well, dries well, and applies shadows well. So this, I really, really like it. I really am going to love this for traveling because I won't need to take anything for my eyes but this palette, this brush, and we're good to go. And I can come up with quite a few looks. You know, just the single shadow is really kind of a thing right now, and it's really, really pretty just to put even bronzer in the crease and then this glitter shade. I'm not sure if this is meant as a glitter topper. I tried to find some information on it and I couldn't. There's not a lot of reviews out there on this palette either, but for me and my palette, it is pretty much just a glitter topper. You can build it up though into this very cool pink, purple, silver, gold kind of shift. It's cool. Takes a while to get there, but I mean, you can do it. I do think there is a little bit of kick up in the pan depending on the brush. So some brushes do kick up more, and that's kind of, it makes sense because some brushes will pick up more pigment than others. But always tap your, but I always do tap off my brush so I don't ever experience fallout. I will say today I did have some fallout with that pink glitter shade that we put on. I think it's the eye primer though, because this is the first time I've had it. This is also the first time I've had a problem with this eye primer. I put a different eye cream on. I do try to test different eye creams with different products that go around my eyes because it makes a difference. Today it made a big difference. So I did have a little bit of fallout with that one shade, the glitter shade, like I said, but I think that's an eye primer thing because I've used it 3, 4, 5 times before and absolutely not a sparkle anywhere. So Anyways, I think this is a lovely palette if you are somebody that travels often or, you know, just want just a few shades. This is really, really a fantastic palette. I really am enjoying it. So comparing it to the formula on the Pro Series palette, I will say I enjoy both formulas, and they're very different. Just in case you guys have the Pro palette, I'm going to show you this pan size difference. This is the Pro palette, and this is the Unzipped palette. So the pan size is quite a big difference. They are different formulas. It does say on the back, and I'm not really into the ingredients as far as, like, I can't tell you what's good, what's not. They are all your personal choices, but I will say these two do complement each other quite well, which is why I did pick them to try out. I like both formulas. This one is a little bit softer than this one, so there is kick up in this one. I do notice a little bit more than in the Unzipped palette here. They both wear well. They play well. Like I said, can you go wrong with either formula? I don't think so. I don't think one formula is better than the other. They're both workable. They both build well. They both wear well. And for that, I don't think there's a difference. Just one's softer than the other, which is really just a preference when it comes down to it. It's not, sometimes the holiday collections, those have a formula unknown to man kind of whack. They're both great formulas. I think it is a fantastic buy at $25. I do have three. I have three of them. So yeah, look forward to playing more with this line. And really quick, before I jump off here, I did take my self-tanner off because I am testing out these two palettes from Smashbox, and I wanted to see how well it worked on fair skin. I'm very, very fair without self-tanner, so I will say that I think it's beautiful. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I hope there is sun shining wherever you may be. And if not, smile often, laugh a lot, and make your own sunshine. I will see you in the next video. Bye!